guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a girls chat, a girls day, a girls get ready with me. We need to find a name for this bochincha time because yeah, we need a name. Also, next time we need to add more bochincha, more chisme in here. It was really PG-13, you know, like advice, relationship status, what should I do with F-boy. We gotta talk about these F-boys. I can't even deal. Anyways, if you guys want to get ready with me, talk, hang out, hear a little bit more about my insight on things, unsolicited opinions, I just like saying that word, unsolicited, then please keep on watching. Hey guys, it is very gloomy today here in LA, so I was gonna go out and shoot content, hence why I'm getting ready for the day, but it's also really chill to just like hang out. What in the world? You guys look how cute my decor is. I've been like slowly building up my room decor, making it look super cute. I also like this like natural lighting, but I feel like it's perfect because it's literally gloomy, so it's like consistent lighting the entire day. First question, what is the best thing about working in the beauty industry? I feel like the best thing about it is that I actually like love what I do. I don't know how long you guys have been here, those that follow me, but I actually started being like a freelance makeup artist, and I would always do like bridal makeup, like that was like my specialty. I would do like mostly like weddings, and I did that for about 3 years, and I feel like now looking back at how I started, I did it out of passion and, you know, without even getting paid like so much money to do it. The best thing about working in the beauty industry for me is not only that it's actually like my passion, my joy, what makes me like when I get up in the morning, like it's what gives me purpose, because I get to share beauty products with you guys and share my recommendations, so like little tips and tricks, and that it helps you guys, and I feel like every woman is like related to the beauty industry in a sense, even those that like are not really, you know, like knowledgeable about like makeup or anything, but you come into this space of people that are so passionate about beauty, and you can find a review or a product recommendation from someone that can look like you. And I feel like it's a very relatable industry as to why a lot of brands have caught on to like work with influencers, and every brand in the beauty space knows that this is the best way of marketing, because you're more likely to sell a product through someone that can relate to somebody else than like the supermodel that's picture perfect on a billboard or a magazine cover. But you're literally having people that look normal people, you know, promote these products for you and like the brand, and not only that, like the consumers feel like more relatable and like they can trust that person. And I feel like that's also another reason why like I love it for me, because it's an area where like people that love beauty can like just like do that, you know, and relate to each other. I would say about working in the beauty industry is that I've gotten the privilege to work with so many brands that I would always like wear when I was like a teenager, or like, you know, when I couldn't really afford to buy a certain product. Now I'm working with that brand and I have like endless amount of that certain foundation or like concealer or whatever it is. Working with these brands hands-on and like being the people behind them, it's like so like self-rewarding for me, because I never like limited myself to what brand or what level of like influence I could reach based on like following or anything like that. So that's also really cool. And then you get a lot of perks, guys. Like being in the beauty industry, there's always events going on, and obviously like the PR. So basically PR means you're like on their newsletter to receive all their new launches. Kind of like back in the day, PR was solely meant for like magazine editors and things like that. I'm gonna fix my eyebrows. I'm just takes a process. You know, they will only send product to like magazine editors and things like that. But now obviously influencers are like, I feel like priority. So being able to preview products before their launch and even work with brands on certain products. Let's say like I've always loved this concealer, and then like they finally reach out to me like, hey, I want to work with you on this campaign from promoting the concealer. It's just like, oh my god, not only do I love the brand, I use the product all the time, and I get compensated for reviewing a product that I truly love. So I honestly wouldn't want to be in a separate or different industry like ever. Strategies that help to grow your YouTube and Instagram. So I would say, I would name, let's say 5 strategies. The first one being like finding like your niche, finding what you're good at, what you're confident about, and you know, what's something that you're very passionate to share. So it could be skincare, it could be fashion, it could be hair, it could be makeup, it could be like clean beauty, like it could be so many different like avenues that you could take to become like your own like, you know, social media person, and like have your own social media presence and like have a unique page. It could be photography, it could be like, you know, promoting your small business, whatever that is. So there's always a niche for literally everybody, and you'll find your people. Like, you'll build your community slowly but surely. I would say strategy number 2 is coming up with like a plan of action, and you know, creating like content days and shoot days, and like days where you're gonna post on Instagram, days where you're gonna post on TikTok, days where you're gonna post on YouTube. Like, really balancing out content that you can spread across all platforms, because now there's so many platforms to grow on, and I feel like, what the hell is wrong with my brows? I feel like it's a lot easier now to grow because you have so many different like avenues and platforms. Back then it was only like what, Facebook, and then Instagram came along, and then Twitter. So now you have like all these amazing like places to like showcase your work. Strategy number 3 would be like to be super consistent. I've been doing this for 7 years, guys, and like, you know, some people 7 years like reach a certain amount of following, or like a certain level of success, or they get to do certain things, but everyone's journey is different. As long as every day you know that you're going to sleep knowing that you do your best, that is all that you can do like for yourself. I'm gonna go in with some primer, guys. I really have been liking this one from Fenty, and like, I'm not really a primer girl, but you have to be a primer person when you find good ones. Strategy number 4 will be to find like a good support system, or like somebody that's going to help you, because it could be a 1% job, but you will be so much more productive and accomplish more if you have like at least somebody like that you can bounce off ideas with, or like if you can have somebody that can help you shoot content, that'd be really good, or like give you like a second opinion. I think that's very important. Doing this for 7 years, I went from doing it by myself to then doing it with management. Now I'm doing it with Jason. So it's been a journey, and it always changes, but every season has taught me so much, and I've learned so much from it. I'm gonna be mixing my NARS Soft Matte with my Best Skin Ever from Sephora, mainly because I'm very tan right now, but I don't want a super matte face because I'm gonna be home. So I don't need like a super full coverage like situation. So just do like 2 little drops of each, and then I'm gonna go with this Fenty foundation brush. Let me show you guys real quick. Oh my god, it's a perfect shade. How beautiful. It just like applies the foundation, and so seamless. Okay, moving on. Oh, I would say number 5 is, I feel like in this industry to grow, you have to be very patient, very disciplined, very consistent with your work, innovative. So it's like, you can put a lot of pressure on yourself, especially when you see your peers or other people that may start the same time as you like level up, or like, you know, it seems like their stuff is taking off and yours isn't, and you just have to like stay grounded and remember why you're doing it. Like, I feel like if you know that at the end of the day, even if you weren't getting paid to do this, you would still do it. That's so fulfilling. Like, there's so many people that I know and like I've heard of that have never been able to pursue their dreams, or like they were too scared, or they never like did what they wanted to do, and now they have like, you know, they might be older or have family. So I feel like for me, like the fact that I get to make a living and do what I love and provide for my family and live a good life, and I'm healthy, like that's all that matters. Like all those like numbers and following, it's not even worth it for your peace of mind. As long as you can provide food on the table, you do what you love, and every day you know that you did something to contribute to your career, I feel like that's a pat in the back, and you should be very happy with yourself. Okay, next question, or next bochinchin is chisme. I figured out after 7 years with my boyfriend that I don't think is the one, but I don't know what to do. Sister, that's a tough spot to be on. You know what I heard? One of my friends, she's like very wise and smart. She's like literally like somebody that I look up to so much. She's a little older than me. She's like a couple years older than me. She was in a relationship for 7 years, and there's this like statistic, I don't know if I can find it or not. I don't know how like factual it may be, that after like when you're in a relationship for 7 to 9 years, those are like the hardest years to like figure things out or work things out, and like, you know, having kids. Like a lot of marriages end up in divorce in like that 7 to 9 year marker, like they end up splitting. I feel like 7 years is a very like long time in your life where you're like, you know what, like that gives you an insight into your future, and at that point I guess some people are like, you know what, that's not what I thought I wanted, or like, especially dating so young, you change so much. Like, so me and Jason, my husband now, like we have been together now for 7 years, but we dated for 4, married for 3. But I mean, I don't know, girl, if you already had like signs and you like maybe like ignored it, or maybe you just like thought things could get better. But I feel like at the end of the day, if you're not happy, that's all that matters. And I feel like your happiness should come first before anybody else's. I can't speak for people that, you know, might have kids and like, and are tied up to a person. Like, I'm not entitled to that opinion at all, and I don't even want to give my unsolicited opinion about that. But I feel like you should put yourself first, because you know what, you're only here on this earth once, and we never know when our last day is. So you don't want to live every day and regret that, oh, like maybe I should have left that relationship, or maybe I should have gotten in that relationship, or you don't want to have any regrets either. So if you feel like that's what's best for you, I feel like you need to communicate your feelings, and who knows, maybe things can get worked out. Or I feel like these are the times that like make you like grow up as a person, and you get to see what you're capable of, you know, handling on your own, or like, you know, maybe it's the fear of being alone, or something like that, you know. So I feel that at the end of the day, you need to listen to your heart and like think with your head as well, and see what's best for you right now, and what's gonna help you like feel better about yourself, because you never want to like resent that person, you know what I'm saying, if you end up staying with them for too long. And I never really dated that much. I was only in like one relationship, but I was literally like a child, so like I don't really like talk about it because it's literally so minuscule, like not even cute. But like Jason, for example, he was dating his ex for like 7 years, and when he met me he was like 21, so he spent all his youth with this person, and at some point you just decide like, you know what, like it's just not gonna work out, and that's also okay. Well, I just literally transformed my entire face. The foundation was still a little too light for my tan, considering like my hands, so I had to go in with cream contour a little bit. Okay, time for some setting powder. I really been liking this one from Maybelline, guys. I'm very picky with my loose powders, and this one is the drugstore one, and I was like very impressed. So I'm gonna take it and literally just like powder my entire face. So I like to pretty much do this all over just to kind of set everything, and then I'll just buff it out in a second. Okay, next one, having sex with a really good guy friend. Sister, honestly, like I was never in that position, that I never like did that, but all I know is that that always gets messy, and I feel like someone in their relationship always has feelings for each other. It might be you or it might be him, but I don't know, just make sure you don't like end up hurting yourself in the long run, because you gotta think about, is it really worth it? Like, babes, we could always find ways to please ourselves, you know what I'm saying? You don't need no man, but to each their own. Just be smart, girl. And most of the time we end up like self-sabotaging ourselves. Been there, done that. So girly, be careful. Thoughts on boyfriend hanging out individually with girls that are girls? No, hanging out individually with friends that are girls? Absolutely not. I feel like even if she was somebody that you knew, it's still like out of order. Like, what's the point of having a girlfriend then? Like, oh, you want to hang out with another girl that's not your girlfriend? I have no excuse for that. Like, I'm like, absolutely not. Like, that makes no sense. Like, I feel like it's different if like, hey, like I'm hanging out with, I don't know, X, Y, and Z, and you're her friend as well, and you know her and you can trust her. But even then, child, you can't trust nobody, and that is not okay, girl. You did not deserve that. I lucky I don't know him. I will call him up right now. Gonna take some cream blush. I haven't done my makeup this tan in a minute, so I'm struggling a little bit. I think I need to brighten up the forehead. It's looking way too dark. Oh, there we go. It's just like in the shadow, it looks weird, but pretty much take cream blush and apply it everywhere. This one from NARS is so good. And then I'm gonna be taking, oh, I gotta show this from product I've been loving. Highlight palette from Fenty. It's literally so good, you guys. You guys, it's so good. I take the middle shade and I kind of stamp it on top of my blush just for like the extra glow. So cute. Okay, let's move on to the eyes real quick and other ones. How are you confident with yourself? Honestly, guys, that's a very hard thing to do, especially when your job consists of being on social media all day, looking at the girls' posts, comparing yourself to their success, their bodies, their facial features, if they gotten work done. Like, do you need to get work done? Like, it's like a never-ending psychological battle within like yourself. So I've definitely had to grow tough skin and realize that that is not gonna do any good for me, just put me down. So obviously, like, I'm not like this like perfect person. I am gonna get down, I'm gonna get insecure at times, but at the end of the day I have to remind myself, you know what, I got no choice but to just deal with who I am, how I look like, and as long as you love yourself, like, you'll be fine. Like, I'm my biggest hype man. I feel good when I do my makeup. I know what to do to make me feel better, whether it's getting myself some coffee or, you know, glamming myself up super whatever, like getting my nails done or going shopping. Like, as long as you're taking care of yourself on the inside, I feel like that's gonna reflect on the outside. And that's kind of how I just like live my life. Like, I just make sure that Vale right here inside is taken care of, and I feel like that automatically just shines through. Clearly I'm having a hard time finding the shade that I want. I'm going with this new palette from Sigma. They've been killing it. But I know people say, like, you know, self-love is great. We love self-love, but that's just not enough sometimes. Like, I feel like having, like I said, a good support system or like a partner that truly loves you and like believes in you and like is affectionate with you and like makes you feel secure of yourself is so important. And like, this is like my biggest like hype man, my biggest like cheerleader, and even when I doubt myself, he's there to like hype me up or like talk some sense into me. And I feel like that's very important, to have healthy relationships around you, whether it's like a partner or like a best friend, people that love you for who you are and that will always like bring out the best in you. That'll also help you be super more like confident in yourself and what you can bring, like what can you bring to the table, essentially. These boys are out here acting wild. Should I be mad at my fiance is texting his girl co-workers outside of works? Again, what are you soliciting them about? What's the question? What's the conversation? Did you forget your Tumblr? Did you forget your phone charger? What are we talking about that's not work related? Do we have an inside joke? Okay, well let me hear it. No? Okay, then we can't text her. If it's not a we thing, it's not a you thing, it's not happening. From my experience, like a lot of times when I'm like texting like another like guy or like another male, it's because I generally have like a question or I'm trying to find something out, I'm trying to plan something. But if it's like regular like conversation, like one thing that me and Jason always do is like we add each other to like the group chat, or like, so it's like it's all about accountability, right? In my eyes. So it's like we can keep each other accountable, but also it's good to keep each other like involved in everything that we do, like everything that we like talk about with other people. So if he has nothing to hide, he shouldn't have an issue adding you to the chat, right? That's how I feel like it. But I don't know, I just find no need for that. Like, I mean, he has texted my friends before, but it's like to plan something for me or like ask them like, hey, like what's something Vale's been wanting, or like super light, like very superficial, like nothing like, hey, how's your day going? Like, how are you? Like, there are times when like some of my friends will call Jason, you know, like, hey, like how are you doing? Like, how are you guys? Like, but the thing is, it's like we've done a good job at we've done a good job at creating good like friends that are like equally our friends. So it's just not weird, you know, like it's just not. And it also helps when it's like a couple friendship, because then both of you have like, okay, she's my friend or he's my friend, but then me my boyfriend, me my girlfriend, or like vice versa. And a lot of times like co-workers become friends or are like the opposite sex or whatever. And like, you know, I had a lot of like co-worker friendships in the past, and I always made sure that Jason knew about them, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like as long as there's communication and an understanding, then that's fine. The men that they don't want to show you something and like automatically you're like, okay, well something's obviously going on if I can't even like look at the conversation that they're having. So it's that easy, like, hey, what are you talking about? Let me see. As an influencer, do you say your work schedule to work weekdays or do you work weekends as well? Honestly, when you're an entrepreneur and when you're like an influencer or content creator, I feel like you have to be okay with not having a schedule, because a big example is there's always a new trend. There's always something new. I feel like if you are like in grind mode and you're trying to like actually grow your following and like make your platform, you know, your number one source of income, and like that's your priority, then I think you should work as much as you want, or you know, to be able to like get to that point. But for me, I've already done that for like years and years and years, to the point where like I feel not guilty like not working on the weekends or whatever the case may be. But I still do whatever I want. As long as you're taking care of yourself and you're not overworking yourself, I think that's fine. Right now, I tend to work like Monday through Thursday, or like heavy like work days. And then on the weekends I chill, or like, or if I create content, it's just like fun extra content to post throughout the week. But for the most part, I just focus like on the weekday, and it has helped me treating it as like a 9-to-5 job, like having some boundaries is good, because when you're like work for yourself, to either be lazy with it or overwork yourself, there's like no common ground. So I feel like for me, establishing like, okay, I'm gonna get up at 7, do my breakfast, work out, and like start work by 9 and finish by like 5 or 6 has been so beneficial for my mental health and like my relationship. Since me and my husband now work together, it's good to like set those boundaries. Okay, like after 6, we are now husband and wife. I feel like boundaries is always good. And oh, there's Trooper there somewhere sleeping. Moving on to the next question. How do you deal with setbacks in your life? I am so happy that setbacks exist because they're kind of like warning signs in your life that even though it's not what you want at that moment, you're like, damn, like, so inconvenient, or like, that didn't work out, or like, oh, like, I thought this was gonna be this way. There's I believe 100% that everything happens for a reason, and like there's purpose in everything. So usually setbacks prepare you or align you or redirect you to the right path that you should go on, or maybe the right decision, or like maybe to what was actually meant for you, which is usually not what you think it is. So I have used every setback in my life, even like it doesn't matter if it was like hurtful or like painful or like whatever it was, and anything in my life, whether it was like in my job, relationally, personally, like, and I've taken that to my advantage. And I'm a very like analytical person, like think about everything and like ask questions and be like, but why does it have to be this way? I'm very intrigued. Like when I meet somebody and I'm asking you a lot of questions about yourself, it's because I'm very interested to get to know you and like, you know, about you. Every setback, even though like at the moment you feel like shit about it or like it's just really disappointing, I always understand why that had to happen. And every time it's a setback now, I mean, even though like I'm literally 26 years old, but like I've had so many setbacks in my life, guys. Like at this point I'm kind of immune to it. Like I always know something's better gonna come along. Thank God that happened, because that means I have better coming. So it's all about having a mental like positive attitude as well, being really optimistic about life and about like work and about, you know, just everything. And I feel like that kind of mindset is what separates some people from the rest, and it helps you like overcome more and not get so much in your head. So take things like that as a positive way, and I'm telling you, your life will be changed. Time for lip liner. Okay, I found this lip liner. It's the Kylie color. One of my friends was wearing it and I was like, I need that lip liner. And she was like, yeah, like somebody gave it to me that they didn't want it, and I found it like in a bag somewhere. I'm like, how dare I? Hopefully it's everything I wanted and more. Wow, this color is so good, guys. The lipstick is too pink, but the color is just so perfect. Oh my god. I'm actually gonna go in with a gloss. This is from Summer Fridays. It is tinted. It's their lip butter balm. I feel like it's a perfect lip balm for like the fall because it has a little bit of a brown, like mauvey, like undertone. Oh, the makeup came out cute. I was stressing for a minute, but I feel like we made it work. Let me do one more question. Is there any jealousy from either you or Jason? If so, how do you manage it? We're not jealous at all. But I feel like things like that you have to work out when you first meet the person. And I'm a big believer, and so is Jason, that like we have really good sense of like intuition and like character. So you can tell when somebody's jealous, like hanging out with them for like a month, especially if you're dating them. So we both knew that wasn't something that we struggled with. Trust issues, yeah, but like who doesn't have trust issues? But I feel like him being in the industry with me kind of has made me a little bit more insecure. And sometimes, like especially living in LA, everyone here is just so beautiful and stuff. But he always reminds me I'm his babes, I'm his boo, and like I'm the only one. But yeah. That's our little relationship, but this was really, really fun. I want to do my hair real quick. Yeah, let's do our hair real quick before I sign off. Well guys, I hope that you guys love this get ready with me in a little chisme time. I will have the products that I use for my hair and makeup linked down below for you guys, along with any codes that might be related to the products. And until next time, I will see you guys soon. Muchos besitos y abrazos. Bye guys.